wouldn't exist without him. He's the one who created us, amen.
Amen.
Matthew. Matthew chapter 7. Last week we went over judging and hypocrisy, talking about don't judge someone when you got just wild things in your life too. First get yourself right. Then you might help somebody else. Matthew chapter 7, verse 7. It's kind of neat. The quiet talking preacher this morning, he was hitting on this stuff here too. I said, well, this Sunday we both preached on the same kind of stuff. I like that. Matthew chapter 7, verse 7. Ask and it shall be given you. Seek and you shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. Amen. Yeah, statue there on the piano where Jesus is knocking at the door. And I never paid much attention. They don't have a door handle on the door. Just like our hearts, the Lord don't come and turn the doorknob and come in, but you got to open the door for him to come in. That's what that represents. The Lord will call on you. He'll call and call and call. Seems like he don't want to give up on us. But we have to know that that's him, and we have to know that we want him. And he gives us that choice of opening our hearts up or opening that door. So I'd pray that if you hadn't opened that door, or if you shut it off on Jesus, to open it today and let him come in and keep it. Once you get him in there, he starts doing everything for you. Ask and it shall be given you. Seek and you shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. I know there are a bunch of Christian folks that have prayed for things and asked for things that haven't got yet. God is still in charge, and God still cares for you, and God's watching out for you. For everyone that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be opened. Then he goes to talk about man and his children. He said, or what man is there of you whom if his son asks for bread, will he give him a stone? Or if he asks for a fish, will he get him a serpent? And then he says, if you then being evil, because we're all in the flesh, he don't mean that we just mean as snakes. But we got a long ways of reflecting what God's love is in our own lives. It says, if you then being evil know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father which is in heaven give good things to them that ask him? I know preachers used to preach about the Lord provide a way to go. And he was talking about cars. And he said, you know, sometime you may ask the Lord for a Cadillac and you might get a Chevette. Still got a way to go. God gives you what he thinks you need. Not always the things you want. One of them jokes was, what was it about there? Yeah. This long-haired boy wanted a car. Y'all know that joke? And that long hair and wore sandals, hippified all together. He wanted a car, and he asked his folks for a car, and they said, cut that hair. And so he used the Lord against, said, well, Jesus had long hair. And the parents looked back at him and said, yes, but Jesus walked everywhere he went. The Lord gave us a way to go. Look how blessed we are. We ain't got to feed the horse and put him up at night. We can just go out there and crank up something that's got 300-400 horses. We're more blessed than we realize. I mean, I don't understand that. That's Billy Joe was worried about our old boy out Buick out there, and everybody that's drove it been scared to drive it somewhere. And we're blessed with that Buick because it's got us everywhere we need to go and brought us back. me something with my old fat blood. I had to walk him up to find the hospital. Huh? Now, if you didn't have a way to go, you could go to the hospital closer to you. But see, we got choices we can do because God has blessed us so much, we ain't got to go to Lancaster Hospital. We can go to Piper, we can go to Charlotte, and we do it all in one day. Christian folks that lived through all these battles in the Bible, they couldn't have done that stuff in one day. Somebody had a sickly wife and had to get to the hospital. They might have traveled 3 or 4 days and had to rest at night and rest whatever they was riding unless they just didn't have no donkey or nothing to ride. Look how blessed we are. And then look how sorry we are about thanking God for that. I tell people I got all kind of groceries in the house. Stuff I don't need. I got 15 cans of sardines in case I want to eat a can of sardines. 5 stuff in case I want it, not because I need it. How many of us fellas and most women too got, well, Wayne brought up, his wife's always buying shoes. I said, well, that's a woman thing. They're supposed to buy shoes. If I went and opened a woman's closet pop and there wasn't a bunch of shoes there in the bottom, I'd think that woman must be sick or something. See how blessed we are? All kinds of clothes. Kim got more clothes, Carter got liver pills. I'll dress in the same clothes every other Sunday. I won't go in there and fight through all the stuff that's packed in the closet hanging up, Dennis. The hunt or something different. I just soon get that, it's already loose. But don't think 1 minute because she wore the same thing 2 weeks ago, she ain't got clothes. We're blessed. And I realize, I say God gives you the good things. That's what the scripture says. He gives you the good things. Sometimes I think the stuff we want that he ain't give us is because it ain't going to be good for us. Some folks want to be rich, but they'll always be poor. Maybe that's a good thing for that person. I've seen young people right here in our neighborhood that when older people died, they got an inheritance and about killed them. They got loose with what grandpa or grandma left them or mom and daddy. And they ain't had nothing because they've been on drugs and stuff. And they get all that at one time and they just party up the storm. And some people die just like that. They'd been better off if they'd been poor. That Kobe fellow that died in the helicopter thing, been on TV for 2 or 3 weeks. I don't watch basketball, so, you know, that part don't interest me none. But what I told the grandboy in there, I said, see what a shame it is to have money and be rich. He said, what you mean? I said, well, if he wasn't rich and famous and had all that money, they wouldn't have been on that helicopter. They would have been in an old wore-out Chevrolet going to that thing. Yeah, you can have a car wreck too. Look how many famous people get killed in airplane crashes, helicopter crashes. Maybe you shouldn't have had so much money and still been here. And I praise in heaven. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean about that. I'm just saying. Sometimes having more ain't good. Jim Luton's daughter used to sing a song when he was young. I'm satisfied. So I'm saved, I've been forgiven. I got a wife and children and grandkids. I'm satisfied. I don't need nothing else. Got a place to stay. I'm real satisfied. You want more? No, I don't want more. I got enough. It's like drinking from my saucer song. I'm already blessed enough, Lord. And I try to teach people as a Christian, you got to know that when that leg hurts, when that back hurts, when that heart goes to not doing just right or the lungs slow down, you're still blessed. You're still an overcomer. If you got to hop all day and work, Dennis, you're still an overcomer because you're a child of the Father. He knows what's best. He knows what's wrong. And why we have to go through those things, I'll never know. But I know that he loves you and he cares for us. And every time you hurt, every time you groan, every time a tear falls out your eye, God knows it. He's gracious God and a good God. It says here, or what man is there of you whom his son asks for bread, will he give him a stone? Or if he asks for a fish, he will give him a serpent. If you then, being evil, know how good gifts are to your children, know to give good gifts to your children, how much more shall your Father which is in heaven give good things to them that ask him? Verse 12, last verse. Therefore all things whatsoever you would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them. For this is the law and the prophets. Everything this word consists right there. Showing love and compassion one for another. Having patience one for another. You know, the gifts, the fruits, the gifts. As Christians, if we want life to be good, we got to be good too. We got to do as much for one another as God's done for you. I ain't telling you to put your son or daughter on the cross for me, because God done took care of that. Nobody else could have. But you can't go too far in loving the people around you and caring for the people around you. Every so often watching out for the people around you. That consists of putting people to work like a piece of money. Taking people to hospitals and doctors when they ain't got away or need help. Giving people groceries. Things you'd wish people would do for you. I'm a blessed man. People do for me all the time. All the time. Every time I turn around, there's something somebody's giving me or somebody's doing for me. I can't count on them blessings, Teresa. I mean, God just really has over-blessed me. Billy Joe was going to buy paint. Kim decided she wanted the bedroom painted. And I said, I got paint, Billy. And reached in there and she said, where'd you get that? I said, the painter had it. It was raw color, and the lady didn't want it in her house and give it to me. Brand new paint. I didn't know the name of it, but it Benjamin or something, whatever that paint is. But it's good paint, Pop. I brought it home, put it in the house. Now we'll paint the bedroom with it. God will give you what you need. I didn't even need to paint when I got it. I didn't want to paint, but there it was. I didn't want to paint at all. You know who started that? Kim and Billy Joe and Alicia. And they all talked it up. Then Kim got home and said, on that bedroom painted, on that bedroom painting. She wouldn't get off of it. That's why she's stepping high. She's been walking me and working me this week. Makes her feel good to be the boss, you know. And she just tickled to death. And I'm slow, and she said, I could have done that in a day. I'm blessed. Because, see, just about a year ago, she started having them strokes, and I almost thought I wasn't even going to have a wife. Now, I still got a wife nagging me and kicking me in the butt, pushing me around, and I'm so happy. Because God gives you the good things, and He knows one of the best things in my life, somebody tell me what to do. If I'd done everything my way, it wouldn't turn out right no way. He gives you your needs. And He knows our needs before you even ask. But He still wants that fellowship. He still wants you to voice your opinion, voice your needs to Him. You got to talk to God to have a relationship with God. So I'll be one preacher that I won't tell you God's hard of hearing, but just keep on praying. If something ain't going your way, just keep right on praying. Keep right on praying. Don't quit. Now you'll be like that lady that went to the ruler, aggravate him and aggravate him and aggravate him, and finally said, lady, I'll do it. Just please, I'll do it. And why did He do it? Because she wasn't going to quit aggravating him. I think God put that in there to let us know it don't hurt to pray for the same thing 2 or 3 times. But just keep pressing. I think it shows where our faith is, because if you pray one time and it don't happen, and you don't go to the Lord to it again, it's like you just gave up. But when you start going to Him 2 or 3 or 4 times, a dozen times, then it shows that you got faith to know that he's up there. You just don't feel like you got through yet, but he's up there. And if you keep talking to him, you're going to get what you want. Don't quit talking to him. Don't worry in there and say quit talking to him. You love the Lord this morning?
Amen.
The Lord loves you. I'm not going to read any more today. That's it. That's enough. Take it home with you. Thought I'd talk all day, did you? Y'all stay. Dear Lord, Father, my needs, and I believe we could pray together. For Vernon to be healed and Kill to be healed. For Daddy's blood to flow freely through his veins. For backs to be healed. For folks in the hospital to get to come home. My prayers for salvation for all of us, our friends, our family, our neighbors. And you always remind me, Lord, it's all right to pray for your friends because you love them, but you ought to pray for your enemy too. So Lord, those that have stuff against us, those that talk about us, those that might poke or make fun, or those that try to wrongfully use us, forgive them this day, Lord Father. I pray your blessing upon them and that their lives be changed. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Praise the Lord.